Welcome back to the channel. This is my review for Southern Charm New Orleans. This is season 2, episode 3. Um, I should have reviewed this since last week, but I didn't. I actually thought they were gonna come on tonight, and so I was gonna do 3 and 4 in one and just do a big combine, but I'm not sure why, but it didn't come on tonight. So I was like, dang it. So might as well I just complete this episode 3 and upload it. I know I'm late, like way, way late. But hey, better late than never. Okay, so let's just get right into it. Um, let's see. I'm just gonna talk about the stuff that jumped out and to me, just highlights really. So they started off, you see me looking down, I took jot some notes down, so that's why. So they started off with Regan, Rachel, and Tamika meeting up at Regan's house. And this was after, Regan did her, opening the week before. She did a little opening because she was launching her jewelry line. And, so they met up and they were talking about that. And so, I mean, what it boiled down to in this conversation is this. Tamika is saying to Regan, you're acting like you're fine, but you're not. You just got divorced and you brought your new man to your event with your old man, and like, girl, what's up? what's Where are you at emotionally? And Regan is still, I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine, it's fine, it's fine, everything's fine, great, great, great. I think she did bring up that the only awkward part was when Jeff came to her suite. That was before the event started, and they had a conversation. And remember the video before now, I did talk about that and how just kind of awkward that was. So she did bring it up this time, and she said, yeah, it was kind of awkward. So yeah, obviously it's gonna be awkward. Like, you guys are divorcing, but you're still trying to maintain this friendship and carry on as if you're not divorcing. So you do everything you used to do minus having sex. Weird. But anyways, so she's still, I'm fine, I'm fine. And Tamika's just still saying, you're not fine, this and that. And she's like, no, I am fine. And Tamika's like, well, you can't go through a divorce and you haven't grieved. And Regan was like, I did grieve. I grieved privately. And so it was just so in the end, Regan felt like Tamika was badgering her about it. And Tamika got offended because Tamika is on the whole, I'm your best friend. You should be leaning on me. You should be telling me what's going on. You should be, calling me, bawling your eyes out and telling me all your problems and just pouring out your heart and blah, blah, blah. And Regan is like, I ain't doing that. So basically, this is what this is. Regan is going through her divorce, her feelings, all this stuff. And she has closed Tamika out of that portion of her life. And Tamika she's used to being the one that Regan relies on. The one she cry on her shoulder, all of that. And no, Tamika is not that. So I don't think Tamika knows how to handle Regan if Tamika is not in that position of caretaker. What you guys think? That's what it just dawned on me right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, but hold on to that. Hold on to that thought, and we're going to keep going. So we saw Jeff and John meet up, whatever. Then Tamika and Barry, they went out of town. They were having, alone time. Sexy time, as Barry called it. It was nice seeing them, get away and, rekindling and their relationship, because we all know from last season they were rocky. So now it seems like they've kind of worked some stuff out and they're doing great. Their marriage is doing good. And we saw in one of the scenes where Barry, he did say that he's like, now they're doing well, because last season, and even Tamika said it, she was like, listen, even the sound of his voice just put me on edge, and we were just ready to fight and attack each other. And now, what a difference like a year makes, or a few months, and just putting first things first. I think Tamika has now placed first things first, meaning that her family's first, her husband. I'm not saying her career is any less, but her career is not taking precedence over her family. You know what I mean? And she's rearranged her schedule to facilitate her family, which is doing great wonders for their relationship. So kudos to them. Kudos to them. So we see that Reagan and Kelsey met up. Now, the interesting thing here, this is the interesting, because they were talking about Tamika. Here's the interesting thing that I took from that. Of course, Kelsey's talking about, I don't think Tamika likes me, blah, blah, blah. I told y'all last video what she needs to do with this Tamika girl. Yeah, if you go back and look, I already told you what she needs to do. But anyways, so Reagan said this. Reagan said, and it was very interesting that she said it. She said, Tamika used to be the person that she turns to that was her emotional support. And she said, now that she is not, her life isn't falling apart, Tamika is no, like, she doesn't know how to handle or react to this new Reagan who doesn't need her. So pretty much basically what she was saying, like, is this. Listen, my life was always falling apart. I'm always calling her, crying, la 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 la. And she's pretty much saying, Tamika, she enjoyed being in that power position, you could say. She's the caretaker. She's the one giving me advice. She's the one, and she's like, now my life isn't falling apart. I'm great. I'm doing well. And Tamika does not know how to handle the fact that I don't need her in that capacity anymore. It was interesting that she said that. And she said that Tamika her energy is negative. That's interesting, because they've been friends for a very long time. I know Reagan is saying that Tamika's energy is negative. So that's also part of the reason why she's like, shut her out, because she does not want to hear that. She doesn't want that negativity. That's interesting. That is very interesting. I think Tamika, you tell me what you think. I think she has a critical spirit. And I think she's well-intentioned, but she doesn't do well, I think, she more gives you that negative reinforcement and not that positive one. So I think Reagan is not wanting to open up because she knows that she's going to get some jabs in there, like some jabs. Who cares? I don't know. You tell me what you think. Let's see. So John and Jeff meets up again. John is going to give Jeff a makeover. Whatever. I can just tell you this, though. He had him try on this red shirt. I didn't like that red shirt on him. I think that red shirt made him look like one big red tomato. Like red, not flattering at all tomato. But then again, I'm not a fashionista, so drop below what you think. I didn't like that red shirt. Like, John likes bold and everything that's over the top. I don't know. I didn't like that red shirt. I don't know. But the one thing, listen, man, this is the one thing. John said one thing in his confessional. I think this is the only legit thing he said this whole season. He said, Jeff and Reagan are not together, but they act like they're still together. Because John and Jeff was having a conversation about, like, dude, how are you separating from Reagan, meaning that you guys are divorced and you need to move on with your life, but at the same time you're talking about we're friends, we're always gonna be friends, we're always gonna be in each other's life. So he's like, how are you gonna do this? How are you doing this? So John is like, this is crazy. Like, you're not together, but you're acting like you together. I mean, everybody can see this. Everybody can see this. I don't know why these two don't see it. Whatever. So, the big reveal. Here it comes. Reese and Reagan. He brought her over to his little horse farm. And next thing you know, he down on one knee and he proposed. The proposal was cute. I ain't gonna lie. It was cute. You know, it was cute. It did what it did. And that big old rock on her finger. It was cute. But it's fast, though. Don't y'all think it's fast? That's fast. Like, the ink isn't even dried on your divorce paper. You haven't even, like, you probably signed that, like, 2 days ago. And you're engaged? Like, what the? Like, that's all I'm saying. Like, what the? For real, yo? You sure about this? I don't know. This is, but riddle me this. He talks about getting Reagan's grandmother's ring. So I'm wondering, did the family not like Jeff? So, because how come this ring that grandma has, that she tucked it away somewhere, and that's something that she wanted to pass on to her granddaughter, and Reagan got married to Jeff, but grandma did not give him the ring? But grandma gave it to Reese? I don't know. I wonder what their family dynamics was like, or if the family was in agreement, was on board with her marrying Jeff. That just gave me a little, thought when that happened. I'm like, that's really peculiar. But hey, there might be some other stories to that. But anyways, so what I want to really get into, because I mean, this whole episode didn't have much, but here is the big boom. So Reagan met up with Jeff in this coffee shop to tell him that she's now engaged. Curious, because when she was waiting on him, I realized that she wasn't wearing a ring. I'm like, interesting. So then he sat down, they hug and everything's fine. They're both in your everything's fine world. Then she dropped the bomb. Reese asked me to marry him. And he's looking like, what? He like held his head. He was like, he was doing all type of things. And you could tell it's like you could take a feather and just knock him over. He could not believe it. He was just sitting there looking like, am I in the Twilight Zone? Like, did I just hear what I thought I heard? Everything on his face everything said, I cannot believe what I'm hearing right now. That was no, when they met up in the hotel room was awkward, and this was 10 times as awkward. Like 10 times as awkward. He was speechless. And then here she go. Are you okay? How are you feeling about this? And he's like, oh, no, I'm great. Let me tell you what these two people are. from that interaction, I'm just looking at, I'm like, these two people live in denial. Both of them. They lived in the land of denial. They are not really true to how they feel about things. They live in especially Reagan. She lives in the land of denial. And anybody that comes to like bust her bubble, she ain't having it. She is not having it. And Tamika is a bubble buster, honey. She will bust all the bubbles. So I wrote down my paper, lies. He's sitting there like, oh no, I'm so happy for you. Hugs, like, yeah, I'm happy because, if I wanted a relationship with you, I would have pursued you. I just wrote down lies, 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 and more lies. This was awkward. This was so awkward. But this is what he said in his confessional. That was very interesting. He said, I think she's making a mistake and she has moved on too fast. He also said, why would you move backwards? Catch them tease. Remember last video I told you when everybody was like, oh, he's threatening how it's going to go when they meet. When Jeff met Reese, he was like, whatever. He ain't no competition. Men sizing up men. I ain't got nothing to worry about. And now, fast forward, Reagan is telling him, we're engaged. And now he's looking like, what? What you mean you engaged? But he can't say that to her though. Anyways. So he's like, she's moving backwards because that was her ex. That was, why are you moving backwards? Why not move forwards? Ain't that a good question? Hopefully that will be revealed as this season progresses. Why are you moving backwards, Reagan? Tell us. Inquiring minds would like to know. Anyways. So then we see Reese and Megan at the house. And now, my dear people, the real Reese comes out. Because all this time, he's been all the fun-loving, partying, don't take anything too serious, weed smoking, beer drinking, horse training Reese. No, my dear child. Reese got a mouth on him. That boy, I think he can be real brutal with that mouth of his. And listen, because all in this makes everybody's like, we're fine. Reese and Jeff and Reagan, we're all one big happy bubble of friendship and love. And Reese is like, how much more does I have to take? He said, Reagan, how much more of this do I have to put up with? You are engaged to me now. I said, ooh. He said, you are engaged to me now. Why do we need Jeff around? That's pretty much what he said to her. Why do we need Jeff around? Why do you always have to be talking to him? Why do you always have to include him in everything? Pretty much the question is, why did you feel the need to go tell him that you are engaged to me? Like, why? Yes, Reagan, why? So Reese just kind of like, you guys are divorced now. He's like, listen, I've put up with this for a year. I couldn't go to this wedding because Jeff was going to be there. We can't do this because Jeff. We can't do this. And that's a good question. Listen, ain't no man that's a whole man gonna put up with none of this that Reagan wants to carry on with. None. We're friends. I'm gonna invite him over for tea. Ain't no new man of yours want to go hang out with your old man? Girl, snap out of it. Especially the fact that the ink has not even dried on your divorce decree. What you think? Listen, Reese, I'm in agreement. Get her together because she needs to be gathered. Okay? However, let me tell you one thing I was not in agreement with. So they were there, Meg Reagan was getting kind of testy, and Reese said to her, listen here, honey. I can't afford to be like worried about you and Jeff over here because I got real world problems. He said, let me tell you what, I wrote it down. He said, I don't just sell jewelry. I said, ooh. He said, I'm over here trying to run a horse farm and trying to make real money and get real money in and try to do real world business. You know what I mean? And yeah. So y'all need to get it together. But I just didn't like the fact that he put her down. Like that's what he put her down. He was just like, listen, I ain't got time for this. Do you just see me over here trying to like peddle my little jewelry? No, you don't. I got businesses to do. I got real coins that's coming in. I said, clutch my invisible pearls, y'all. I said, ooh, did he just say that? He sure did. I didn't like that. She needed to be gathered, but I didn't like that. That was a put down. That's pretty much saying that, listen, your little business is cute, but we both know that it ain't saying nothing. That was not nice. Reese, check tempered. I wrote on my paper, wow, when he said that. Wow. I can't believe he said that. Then, last thing that happened is the parade. I think it's Halloween. They all dressed up. They all met. They're going to go on a tour of some haunted house, blah, blah, blah. And Reagan announced to the group, yay, I'm engaged. And Tamika was vexed. She was like, we just had a discussion. I'm your best friend. You need to tell me first. And now I'm... Girl, bye. Seriously. Seriously. Are we in high school? I don't understand. Like, this is my thing. Friendship does not give you the right to control. And if your friend is not allowing you in a particular area of their life, whatever it is your duty. The only duty that you have as a friend is to respect that and be as supportive as that friend wants you to be in the way that friend wants you to be. It's now, if you cannot do that, the only thing that needs to happen is for you guys to sit down and renegotiate this friendship agreement and be like, listen, I cannot do this, so obviously this friendship need to be on pause. People grow and change. And when people go through things, they change and you know what I'm saying? So just Tamika, back up off of this girl and allow her to process the way she wants to. If she includes you, fine. And if she doesn't, then go see a therapist. So you can talk about your problems to your therapist and call it a day. And stop stressing this girl out, because I guarantee you, the more you push her, is the more she's going to exclude you. The more she's going to exclude you. Pushing her is not going to let her be your friend any more than... It's not. Just leave this lady alone. Let her do what she wants to do and process what she wants to process. And be there in the way that she allows you. You know? That's it. Anyways, that was all that happened in this episode. It was okay. It was okay. So anyways, we'll see what happens next week, because I'm thinking a pregnancy announcement is right around the corner. Catch. Okay? So anyways, until next time, this is Trina. Peace out. This is a review for Southern Charm New Orleans, Season 2, Episode 3. Rate, comment, subscribe, and, share. Hit that notification bell. You know all that good stuff. Anyways, talk to you later.